So, here we have the craft model again, and it's unadorned with its words, but it's the context-related abilities functional therapy model. And we're going to take a look at it again in terms of how does a functional therapist, how does an occupational therapist, and anyone who is really incorporating this holistic model help someone get better. And we think about this. If one of the pillars was broken, and this kind of jagged thing here has broken one of our pillars. Now that happens to be in the position of the motivational pillar, so we're going to go with it. And when it breaks, it falls to the side and it unbalances the functional platform. So once again, we're looking at this and we're going, we've got maybe physical functions are intact, maybe physical abilities are intact, sorry. Mental abilities may be intact, but often they're dulled by the situation, but perhaps it's dulled by the fact that we're not balanced. Social abilities, maybe your ability to communicate is there, but all these things that are tied into these social abilities might not be available to us because we're not motivated. Our motivational abilities have broken. And say a real life example of this would be depression, where you're often very almost unable to get up out of bed and go have a shower. And a wise man once said the best place to decide whether or not you're going to get up today is in the shower, because by the time you're there it's actually quite an enjoyable experience. So basically get up and then you can decide. So that's one of the ways that functional therapy helps. Because if these things are all unbalanced, and say self-care is falling right off this platform, and leisure is unbalanced, and work's unbalanced, but if you were to try to rebalance this by bringing in an external support, well, really, is there a pill for motivation? There are some pills that affect the physical body and the ability to do things and to be able to manage things, but truly, there is not a great pill, just straight the motivation pill that I know of. Things that help mental abilities, perhaps, but not a pill for social abilities and not a pill for motivation. So if we get this external support up there, and all it's going to do is help us balance this out. So we'll be able to help restore this basically by restoring the functions. So what does this look like? If we were to say this external support was a home health care person or a therapist that comes by your house, the therapist might say, look, all we're going to do is I'm going to come by tomorrow. We're going to make sure that you shave, have a shower, get cleaned up, and that's it. That's what we're going to start off with. And we'll see if we can help this, because it's basically a feedback loop where you say, well, I feel a lot better. Maybe tomorrow I come by and say, let's go for a walk. And we go for a walk around the block. All I want is for you to have taken your shower. There's no miracle cures. Maybe it take a few weeks. That person is now taking their shower on their own, and now we're moving on, and we're gonna go for a walk around the block. And we could do that for a little bit, but by the way, the next day I'm gonna come by, and I'm going to bring a stick with a nail on the end of it, and we're going to start picking up the garbage in your neighborhood, and we're going to do a little bit of work, and we're going to contribute back to our community and to others, and that person's going to feel like they're doing those things. That's going to help heal up this motivational pillar, and basically everything else together, everything else will be in balance, and we're going to be functioning much more optimally. And this is what the core of functional therapy is, a treatment that's based around restoring balance to this functional core by helping people physically, mentally, socially, and motivationally, and kind of considering this complete context. And that is why we're so excited to share this with you. It's simple, but it's profound.